Hey everyone, this is the Bevry Catchup number 15. Um, and also the second day of the hackathon, or the first day, depending where you are. I'm so confused. Um, today we have both Michaels, Michaemus and R Dinosaur. So we'll start off with the stand up. I finished the Cheney JavaScript port, which is nice because I just want to see what it is like in JavaScript. And Jed Watson, he maintains Keystone. He's just like, it needs to be JavaScript, otherwise no one will use it, which I don't particularly believe, but it's something worth evaluating. So I'm probably going to have a big argument with him on Monday or something to follow that up. I got blog.bevry.me going. That's just a Tumblr thing. I evaluated Medium, but Medium does not work well if all we're doing is just posting community content, which is links, unless we do it like as a monthly thing and say, hey, here's a roundup. So Medium isn't going to work that well for our use case, but the blog.bevry.me will. Um, Now, I also started using Atom.io because I want to see if its performance problems were fixed because it's had a fair few problems. They have fixed the performance issues, which is good. And I had to apply a few hacks to it to actually get it working the way I wanted it to work. But now that I've applied my few hacks, now it's all good. So that's my stand-up. How about you guys?
Well, I'm in the middle of working on adding the community map to the every refresh page,
Yep.
and so far so good.
So I jinxed myself yesterday, Ben, when I told you when you were picking out themes and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just pick one and like move on." And I did the opposite. I like tried so many different kinds of configurations of the like all different kinds of crazy gradients and stuff. But let me share my screen real quick, and you guys will get to see what it looks like. I just pushed it now, so if you do like a hard refresh and clear your cache and stuff, you might be able to see this. Um, but okay, so we have the logo there. We have stuff. These are going to be linked to the appropriate sections in the Learning Center. These keywords there, they have a slight little coloring to them. Get started, we'll link to the Learning Center as well as this Learning Center thingy up here. Actually, let me show. Let's see. Yeah, this is the actual nice version. So we have these little sections here. It's mostly mobile friendly already. Of course, there's little mobile optimizations that I'll make to it. And then the thing that I'm working on now is a plugin section. So it says we've got plugins. I counted 164. I just counted them manually because I was kind of ghetto, but you know, we can hook it up later properly. But 164 plugins published on npm, and I'm going to add some links and some. I'm going to add basically a sprite sheet of logos for like Browserify, Grunt, Coffee, Less, Jade, you know, Echo, Facebook, Google Drive, GitHub, Handlebars, Happy, Markdown, Persona, Stylus, Tumblr. So all these really cool things that we have plugins for, I'm gonna, you know, kind of make like a collage of logos and link all of them to their either their GitHubs or their npm pages. And then the other thing that I'm working on after that, I think, is I might list some things about the technology stack behind it. Probably talking about the pieces, the Bevry products that go into DocPad, and then that'll probably mostly be it. And then from there we can start, you know, making group decisions on what we're going to change and stuff once we can see my final, I guess, vision for it. So this is I did recompare it to your sketch today, Ben, and I was saying like, oh yeah, I followed I follow your sketch, no problem. But I realized today that I didn't like my this version's a lot like there's a lot less information on it. It's a lot cleaner, I guess, is my stance on it. It still gets across some of the same things, like you mentioned. It's a static site generator on your thing, and I mentioned it here. And I'm considering like turning these into like this slightly colored blue links that we have up here as well, and then not necessarily link.
Yeah, these slightly colored blue links need to be changed. Like,
Okay, you don't like them?
it's just like you can't predict. Like my first impression was just like, why is that a different color? Like, what's the deal? Is my eyes playing a trick on me? Because it's so subtle, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Alright, sorry, continue.
That's my
I've
style.
ruined your flow, Michael. I apologize. Keep going.
My style is really subtle. In fact, there's actually a gradient behind this whole background layer, fixed gradient, just so it's not just boring white. Because yeah, white's I don't know boring. But yeah, the idea is that your mind did not play a trick on you. It is a link, and it will link to the Learning Center article on each of those things. And then, if people are wondering like what a static site generator is, make that a link, and then instead of like a link that links somewhere else, it'll probably just be a popover explaining quickly what a static site generator is. It's just an idea for that. I haven't really tested that. Another important thing though is at the bottom here we have the sign up. So we're collecting email signups in the command line, but why not on the website as well? And especially since Mike is working on this user thing, maybe collecting emails on the website isn't such a bad idea as well.
Yeah.
So
But you probably have that as like us across the web as well. So like where we can mention a Google Plus profile, like things like that. Like just add our community area directly on this homepage.
yeah. So
Cool. It'll be cool to see how this vision plays out, Michael.
yeah, hopefully we can keep most of it. But I don't know. I want to make it look nice, and then I'll defend it properly at that point.
Cool. All right, now so today I'm gonna do up that learning center, which really maybe I should have done yesterday, but at least yesterday I got some valuable lessons. I was actually gonna do it up, and then like I cut my finger doing a salad, sadly. I need like one of these metal gloves that you wear to stop getting cut, or I just need to learn how to use a knife. That could also be the other thing. But I realized because I YouTubed it, and I was just like, okay, how does Jamie Oliver use a knife? Turns out I'm using the completely wrong knife, and we don't have the correct knife to chop vegetables and salads and things. Like I have like one for like getting meat off bones that we've been using for our salad, so it's just like, okay, this now makes sense why I always keep cutting myself. Because it doesn't, like, you can't actually, yeah. So I need to get a better knife. And probably a glove, just in case. Yeah. All right, so Michael, considering you've been in the hackathon probably longer than me because I've been sleeping because I had to sleep. How do you think the hackathon's been going?
Yeah, so this is one thing that I mentioned to Mike when Dinosaur when he first started hacking tonight, and and I think I mentioned this to you as well. But basically, I think we should treat this one as like a dry run. Just it's the very first one, so think of it like the analogy of like learning how to walk or something. So definitely don't need to worry about any kind of things for this first one. But I think once we get the new websites online, we have the new learning center, we have all this awesome new stuff going on, and then we have our emails all together, and then if for the next one we want to we can send out an email blast and maybe put together some marketing for the next hackathon and start to organize it more as an event. So yeah, but for this first one, I think it's going all right. people. There's, we had Matt join last night for a little bit, but he was busy working. I had to do some client stuff as well this morning, and so yeah, I think if we stay consistent and we just keep doing it and learning things and utilizing our network and stuff, I think they'll definitely get better. So
Yeah, it'd be cool. Um, so, so I was thinking about the Hubot script as well, to be able to publicize these hangouts and the hackathons automatically.
mhm.
So we could actually get it so it detects the Google Drive documents we create when they're injected into that folder. Like create one script for that and then connect it to like an ISE script. Unfortunately, though, much to my dislike, Zapier doesn't support like an ISE output app or an ISE hook because they support the Google Drive hook, but they don't support the ISE hook. So like that would be really cool to actually use Zapier for that because I already use Zapier for like a bunch of things. Um, Alrighty, but shall we call that? Oh, Michael, what's your thoughts on the Hangout? The other
Yeah,
Michael.
that's it. Oh, okay.
We heard your thoughts. The first Michael, Michael one.
I've only been here for a little bit, but it's been good.
Yeah.
We were talking about just the like working remotely and having like a long hangout. A lot of it is just like silent and everyone's doing their own thing. So
Yeah.
it's interesting how teams work together being remote like that.
Yeah. It will be much better if we can like actually get it bigger and have like prizes or something, right? Because you really need like a team, like multiple people, kind of like it's hard because like working remotely is great, but like when you're working remotely on the exact same thing, then like it gets difficult because like, if two people are like, hey, I'm gonna work on like the DocPad website at the same time, like remotely, then it's quite hard. But like if you're doing that in person, then like it bounces off each other really easily. So it's interesting. Like I thought about that today.
Yeah, and utilizing things like Cloud9, like tools like that, make it a little bit easier. But yeah, me and Mike were talking about that. It's like a little weird, and that's one idea that we talked about in the unofficial Catchup number 14, where like rocking out Oculus Rift glasses and then having like a voxel JS multiplayer like office, and then like so we have like a virtual like startup hostel, and everyone like goes there, and then there's a plugin for like the real Minecraft servers called Computercraft, and this guy wrote like this little mini operating system in Lua, and you could connect these computers, and you could like create like giant jumbo screens, and you could see like the terminal like on these screens, and so like multiple people could interact with this Minecraft server network, and so I had the idea, why not just like spin up like real mini servers with like something like Vim multi-user, which is really low latency, and so everyone's like hacking away on their little Vim editors, and then you can walk around and start like co-hacking with everyone else on the server, and it's this fun little environment, really playful, kind of really creative, inspiring kind of a place. And with Oculus, it would just be like crazy. So that's like the dream. Maybe we can plan that to achieve that by like next summer or something, or next year.
Yeah, that's a big dream, Michael. Um, All right, so all right, so let's end it there because I know Mike Vince needs to, not Mike Vince, our dinosaur needs to run off. So, all right, thanks everybody. Sweet. Hi.